This is Weights and Wealth, your one-stop shop for entertaining education on building a stronger body and bank account.
We are not doctors or financial advisors and must warn you this is not medical or investing advice. It is for your entertainment.
Welcome back to Weights and Wealth. This is episode 108. We are going to be going through a bingo update for this year and then the biggest bang for buck on your financial strategies and different exercises. So Ted, if you want to give us the shout out.
Yeah, shout out for this week is Nick Ridpath. That's at Nick Ridpath _ and Rafael Aragao at Coach _ Rafael _ Aragao. If you're watching the video, those will be here. If you're not watching the video, it'll be down in the show notes. Thanks to them for coming on the show. We really enjoyed both of those interviews. Go and watch them. That's episodes 101 and 104, I believe. Yeah. But great interviews for anything fitness, or if you're a personal trainer, or if you're trying to learn more about athletic development or anything like that. Yeah. Really good. And then weights wisdom. Nick, you want to hit the weights wisdom?
Yeah. So this week's weights wisdom is that if it's tough for you to get to the gym at least 4 times a week, you should be doing a full body split. This is what I do. I mean, I go 2 to 3 times a week, and I just do full body. Yeah.
Because then you're getting the idea behind that is that you are hitting that muscle group more than once a week, which is optimal for strength and hypertrophy. There is like PPL is good if you can go 6 times a week or even 5. But hitting a muscle group once a week with high volume is better than not going. But ideally, you want to be hitting a muscle group twice a week for optimal, progression.
Yeah.
And speaking of optimal progression, just kidding. This does nothing to do with optimal progression. But we have Pope Leo, first American Pope. Hell yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out American Pope. Pope Leo closed a Jubilee Mass on sports with a bunch of athletes in St. Peter's Basilica. And just
I think it was on Father's Day too.
Yeah, because that was the feast day and stuff. And he basically just kind of talked about the importance of sport in the modern world and how with an increase in the digital aspect of life and all that stuff. Like he stressed that sports can kind of counter the effects of technology that divide people. Like you see all these people talking about how, you would never say that to anyone's face, these comments on Instagram or Facebook or X. And, like by getting out in community, like being on a team, it can actually help preserve a healthy contact with nature in real life where genuine love is experienced. Those are his words. And I would definitely agree with that. And he says that another aspect is that competitive society, which only seems to champion the strong, sports, on the other hand, can teach us how to lose. So it shows you a lot of, it kind of creates an artificial environment where you face controlled adversity. And it's not like you're just out there going bankrupt or, breaking your leg. Like you get to experience adversity in a way that you can come back. And so that it prepares you for real life when you actually will have, real struggles that do have serious consequences. And so you'll understand how to kind of pull yourself back up and get back on your feet. Essentially, this is another quote from Pope Leo. He says, sports force us to confront one of the deepest truths of our human condition, our fragility, our limitations, and our imperfections. Because by confronting these aspects of yourself and, maybe even your peers, like if that's something you struggle with, maybe you are a perfect person, but the people that you work with or, your teammates aren't, it can allow you to, give them grace and understand that, other people struggle. Obviously no one's perfect. So that was a joke. But I think this is a really good, thing to be talking about now, and how important, athletics and sport are to human society. They've always been a community building event, whether you're a spectator and you just enjoy going, or if you're a participant. And I've always preferred to be on the participatory side.
I'm more of a watcher.
Mm-hmm.
No, not much of an athlete myself.
Self-admitted. I wasn't going to say that. But it is the Pope did make some good points here. Ted, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah,
on this,
I liked when he plagiarized Rocky here. Champions are not perfectly functioning machines, but real men and women who, when they fall, find the courage to get back on their feet. But like this whole sermon he gave was full of really good ideas and quotes. So it'll be linked in the show notes, of course. Go give it a read. It only takes a few minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of competition, the other night, Tuesday night,
and virtues.
Yeah. We so Sean and Madison, his wife, and then my wife Alex and I, and then a couple of our other friends went to this pizza place, just to hang out, get together, and do some trivia, because they have trivia there on Tuesday nights. So we go get some wings, get our protein in, and we're waiting for trivia to start. And they announced that the trivia theme of the week, and it's 5 rounds every week that they do trivia. The theme of the week is going to be Pride Month bingo.
Yeah.
And we kind of all looked around the table at each other and we're like,
what do you ask?
What are these questions going to be? Like, we came to play trivia and learn little interesting facts and see if we knew any of them, and just talk about stuff. And we decided to leave before it started. But
yeah, I mean, I think the issue is not that it's like a moral thing, which I mean, like, for us as Christians, yes, it is something that we don't necessarily approve of, but it doesn't mean like you're full of hate towards these people. It's just like, okay, like, this is not something that you condone or participate in. But it's also like such a niche topic. It's like if I was running the bingo and was like, okay, this week is Byzantine history, 10th century to the 12th century. Like, half the people would leave, nobody knows anything about that. I might know a lot, but it's just kind of an isolating thing. And so we didn't feel like we were going to enjoy it. In any
and every round was going to be that. Cause
how many total questions would
each round is 10 questions generally. And so sometimes one of the rounds will be something weird that your table might not get. I think we were there like a month ago, and one of the rounds was, is this planet real or fake? And it was these like crazy names. And you had to, one of them was Paralandra. And I was like, oh, C.S. Lewis, fake. But like,
or is it?
So like some of the rounds every once in a while will be something like that, where you're just completely guessing on every question and no one actually knows any of the answers for the most part. But like the whole night was going to be like that, and we're just like, yeah, we're out of here. So I don't know. It's the culture around here, It's can't get away from it. So moving on to actual bingo, weights and wealth bingo. We figured it was a good time for halfway update on our 2025 bingo boards. If you're new to the show, what we started doing last year in 2024 was in January at the beginning of the year, we each make a bingo board, 24 kind of predictions. Some are jokes, some are things we think will happen, some are long shots. We kind of do a big mix just because we're not really trying to win bingo, and if you get a long shot that hits, it's pretty fun. And then this year we also added the audience into it, and the audience submitted a bunch of different things, and we put 24 of those into a bingo board. So we're just going to go through. If any have been crossed out already, we'll hit those, and then we'll also hit the ones that have worked out, and some of the bingo predictions that are maybe on their way to turning green. So if you're watching the video on this, we'll put up the bingo boards as they change, and then if you're just listening to the audio, check out the bingo boards on YouTube or on Spotify.
Yeah. So Nick, if you want to go through your board real quick.
Yeah. So one I had was that the TCJA salt cap is, I think, erased. It's probably not going away, but it's likely going to be raised. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be around 40,000, whereas it was 10,000. And then I had 50% of accounting firms are going to be owned by private equity that are within the top 20 in terms of revenue. There have been more private equity investments.
Acquisitions and stuff.
Yeah. And then there have been a lot of mergers too. So, and private equity is often involved in those as well. So we're trending that way.
Boo.
What's that? Oh yeah, I know.
Go check out our Myth of Capitalism book club episode. That was, I forget the episode, but we'll put it in the video. One of our phones is going off, but we'll try to silence it.
Which I mean, like there have always been a lot of mergers, but not at the size. Like there are like top 10 firms that are merging into one. So I mean, like we have the big four right now. If this continues, we're eventually going to have, the big six. Well, eventually the big one, yes. But some of these more like 4 to 20 firms can just keep combining until they join the big four and it becomes bigger. But I mean, it was the big 8, then the big 6. Now it's the big 4. Eventually, the big one.
Who will be the big one? KPMG, PWC.
Yeah.
It's just the whole alphabet. That's the real Alphabet Corporation. It's every single accounting firm just merged into one conglomerate.
But yeah, and like right now they're all still mostly partnership structures, but I think we are going to see more corporations, and we'll see them join the stock market. Then the U.S. enters serious talks to annex a country. I don't think this is going anywhere.
I mean, it's.
I mean, there was rumblings about it for a while with Greenland for sure. But who knows? I think the Trump administration has been a little derailed from the Greenland annexation because of all the other things going on.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe Canada. I know Canadians aren't a big fan of it.
Governor Trudeau.
Some Canadians.
Some Canadians, yes. And then I had Social Security is revamped. So this is like kind of happening where I don't know. I don't think it's part of the big beautiful bill anymore.
It is. It's still in there. The Trump accounts.
Yeah. So I was talking about the taxability of it. They're talking about Social Security not being taxable.
Yeah, okay. I think they're adding in like a credit now.
A credit.
It's like I think we'll go over this in our big beautiful bill episode
coming soon.
But it's from what my research that was originally like no tax on Social Security, but now it's I think what they're going for instead is like a $4,000 tax credit. So it's like a temporary thing where essentially if you're under a certain income, they're going to just like kind of waive your taxes for like 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
So,
but yeah, and then there's also the MAGA accounts. I forget exactly what they stand for, but it's yeah.
Well, they rebranded it to the Trump account.
Oh, they did.
Because MAGA was too political.
But yeah, they're just going to put $1,000 into this account for every newborn baby from like 2026 to 2028.
It's 2024 to 2028.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Killian's getting something.
Yeah. my boy will be a rich man.
But yeah, what's kind of cool about this is most of the time we see policy transferring wealth from young to old, and this kind of bucks the trend.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is a huge win. I don't see how anybody could be against this.
Well, so Nick and I brought this up at the beginning of the podcast in 2023. We said it would be amazing if instead of the terrible conglomerate pyramid scheme that is Social Security, there was just these investment accounts that people got, and they started with X thousand of dollars, and then that just grew with the market for them.
I think they were trying to do that under Bush, but they got shot down.
Yeah, I don't know why people would oppose that, because it's so much better than Social Security, and you don't have to worry about taxing people as much. It would be a lot cheaper than the money you pay out to people in Social Security.
But think about the average, congressman.
And then think about the voters too. Like people are voting themselves away money rather than voting themselves.
But no,
money.
so like the way that they're doing it here and the way that we were talking about doing it is you don't take away Social Security right now. You just start from a certain date. Okay, now these people get this money, and then those people don't take money out of Social Security. So you're just slowly phasing Social Security out over the next 60 years. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think Social Security is going to last 60 years, but it's already bankrupt. Yeah. Like it's terrible, and it's literally a pyramid.
Which is why they have to tax it.
Yeah. And I don't know if we've ever talked about the birth rate on here, but a lot of countries are under like the replacement level, and the only thing that's like keeping our country growing is Mexico right now. And in Europe it's like the Middle East, which that comes with its own, or can come
with its own issues,
its own set of problems.
But I would rather have Social Security fail and real wages rise than just import an entire other nation.
It's not like the economy will collapse if I think.
I don't know. I'm a little more optimistic. I think because
I
think the Black Death was a great opportunity. Wipe out 30% of the population, real wages rise. You're good.
Nick, next was you had Bitcoin drop 25%.
Yeah,
that happened. So that's green.
Yeah.
But now it's back
up to like, it's like 110 or something. Which, because pretty much every year, like Bitcoin will drop and then shoot way up around Christmas time.
Volatile.
It's all
That's because St. Nicholas owns. St. Nicholas is Satoshi. That's his Christmas gift every
February 28th. It dropped 25%, and then I think yesterday when I checked, I think it was at 104.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it hit like
109 the other day.
Yeah, it hit like I thought 111. But
it could have. Yeah,
at least for a little bit. It's it's not a typical asset, but it's an exciting one.
And Nick's last one was Weights and Wealth starts another business venture. To be announced.
To be announced. We're beta testing right now. And if you're a map game guy, I think you'll like it. Shout out to Barron Trump.
If you have a big brain, you will like our new business venture.
Yes, it's going to be exciting.
Not too much more information right now.
Yes,
but set aside a little bit of money for some Christmas presents, maybe.
Yeah, I think that could be a realistic time frame.
Possibly. We'll see.
Maybe a Valentine's Day gift for your significant other. Maybe for your significant other.
Can you imagine?
Can
you imagine you get Madison that for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, she'd be.
Alex would be pissed.
This might be a female to male purchase rather than don't get it for your female. Other half.
Wives buy it for your husbands. Yes. Husbands don't buy it for your
wives. For mine, I had leftist street agitation, LA, Chicago, DC, the No Kings thing. Obviously, that is green. Deputizing citizens. So far, only Dr. Phil has been deputized by Tom Homan, which is still one of the most epic clips that you have ever seen.
If you haven't seen them, it's Dr. Phil with Tom Homan and ICE agents in Chicago.
Yeah, deporting pedophiles in Chicago. It is epic TV.
So funny. Because Dr. Phil started like a new TV network or something, and one of his big investigative journalism things was going down to the border, and he became super involved in the issue.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, hilarious clips.
It's great stuff because it's like seeing like Elmo or something out there, like this kind of like, generally like amicable, like, household name is out there just like with Tom Homan, the enforcer. And then I have, these ones are on their way to turning green, but nationwide school choice and remittances being taxed. Those are both in the BBB, the Big Beautiful Bill. So if that gets passed, those will both turn green as well.
All right. I've got a lot here, so maybe I'll win this year. Trump fires I think my verbiage was like Trump fires a top cabinet member or something along those lines. He did fire National Security Advisor Waltz. Next, a sibling gets engaged. Congratulations to my sister, Katie, and her fiance, Kyle. The next one was gold over 3,000. I think it was back in like February or March. It shot up and crossed 3,000. And now it's at, what, $3,600 an ounce?
I think it's less. I think it went back down a bit.
It went back down? Okay, but yeah, I mean, gold shot up.
That was because of like Liberation Day and stuff like that.
Yeah,
A lot of
it went up like $600 or $700 an ounce. So gold over $3,000 an ounce. My next one was, this one is more of a yellow. You know, it's kind of one of those not on the way to happening, but more, do you want to give it to me? RFK directed CDC to stop recommending fluoride in water. Some communities in Florida and Utah have stopped. And I said, RFK bans fluoride in drinking water. I think
Tennessee is looking at doing the same thing.
Yeah. So maybe by the end of the year, we'll see how many states are implementing it, and then we'll decide whether or not to turn that one green. Yeah. My next one was Bitcoin does not crack 150,000. Hasn't yet. So we'll see till the end of the year if that happens.
It's 6 months.
This one did not pan out. I put Will Howard will be a top 75 draft pick, and he did not get drafted till the 6th round. So right after Shador, actually. The next one is Nick appears on 30 plus episodes. So this is on its way to happening. If we stay on track and we don't miss a bunch of weeks, because sometimes through either like our schedules and not being able to edit or us not being able to get together to record, we miss weeks here and there. So as of right now, with the episodes we're recording this weekend, there will be 18 weeks left in the year if we post an episode every week from this recording session. Nick will need to be on 11 of those 18 to be back on 30 episodes.
All right.
I mean, I feel like we're over 20 already with me. If we do the 12 this weekend plus April, it's probably 10.
19, but you missed 2 or 3 of the episodes earlier in the year that Sean and I did alone.
Oh, did I?
Bingo 2024 recap you were not on, and then there was another one you were not on.
If you want to keep him from winning, just, this is entirely within your power. Ted left his flank open here. And he's about to get ran down.
With Nick's new job, he doesn't have to worry about busy season for 3 months having 120-hour work weeks. So.
Plus, it's easy to work from home with this.
Yeah, so like
because I worked yesterday here.
Yeah, Nick came here and worked in the conference room. It was a pretty nice setup.
It was a great setup.
We had our fantasy draft up on the TV in the conference room.
Don't tell his employer that.
My next one would have been, that was the last one. All right, moving on to the audience. Sean, you want to cover the audience?
Yeah, so we have Biden diagnosed with
degenerative disease.
Oh, degenerative disease. I would
Spelled
say
incorrectly.
Butt cancer, or what is it?
It's prostate cancer.
Well, I mean, it's in the same region. But President Biden, sadly, we never want to say that we're happy that someone gets cancer, because that sucks. So
not only do we not want to say that, we're never happy.
Yes. That's kind of what I'm getting at. It's never a good thing when someone gets cancer. So President Biden was diagnosed with prostate cancer, apparently like very severe. So he, I would count that as a degenerative disease.
I would not.
No?
So cancer is actually like the opposite of a degenerative disease, because the tumor is growing.
Oh.
Yeah, but your health is degenerating.
I think I would count that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I would give it to him.
We'll take a vote at the end of the year.
It depends if the audience was going more for like Alzheimer's.
I think that's what the intent was with the prediction.
Yeah.
They were thinking like Alzheimer's, dementia. Maybe some of his symptoms could be explained by the prostate cancer that he clearly had while he was in office.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll take a look at that one.
I mean, that's a much more conservative viewpoint of the reading. I took the liberal end.
Oh, yes, we know from last year where you tried to give yourself like 11 points.
Yeah.
Go check out the 2024 recap, where that was also when we had to put rules in place because Nick said Nick gets a dog, and he got a dog.
I think you could also apply that to, Katie gets engaged.
I didn't know it was coming. Or
No, you didn't.
maybe.
All right.
I could have guessed. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Or
I said
gold over 3,000. You guys are just stocking up on gold constantly, driving the price up.
Yeah, Ted is the sole market maker.
Yeah.
And then we have Bitcoin drops to 75K.
Yeah. I say we give this one
75,004.
Yes, $75,004. That's $75K.
When did that happen? When did that happen?
That was the yearly low in February 28th, I think.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It went all the way down. Great buying opportunity.
Yeah, that is. Trump starts a trade war. Yep, that happened. And then for the things that did not happen, we have Trump attending the Final Four game at P. Diddy. And,
no, so just that one.
Oh, and then P. Diddy did get indicted.
But that was also before, unless more indictments. There you go.
Indictments. That's not. That's maybe P. Diddy would like that, but not indictments. He does not like those. And then red, we have Celtics back-to-back. Celtics back-to-back.
The Boston Celtics sports guy.
Yeah. And then radio silent Nick is not happening.
Yeah, so the audience has got a lot of red on their board.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Sorry, audience. You're not winning bingo this year.
All right. So now we have, obviously kind of focus on this was, the bingo update, but now we just have a few quick tips on the wealth and the weight side.
Biggest bang for your buck.
Yes.
Financial advice and exercises to do at the gym.
Things that will just automatically upgrade your performance and quality of return in both of these aspects. So the first one we have is just automating savings to an IRA or your 401k. This is just so easy. We've talked about this multiple times.
Pay yourself first.
I have an automatic deposit into my IRA of $25 every single day, and it's automatically buying. So it's not like the cash is just sitting there. It's like I am buying, fractional shares of, a diversified, S&P 500 mirror, essentially, every single day that's going in. And then I have an additional automatic $80 per week that just goes into my brokerage. And I can use that to buy specific stocks that I like.
Yeah, and that is a two-step process to set that up. So there's the transfer from your bank to Fidelity or Robinhood, and then there's also the automatic purchase.
Yes.
Yep.
So do both.
Make
of
sure
those.
you're assigning both of those, and you're not just
transferring.
But I mean, at the same time, Robinhood right now, if you have the gold membership, which I think, if you are using that platform and you are actually putting money into it, 100% worth getting. It's $5 a month. If you max out your IRA, you're getting $210 on the match. So you're already making a profit there. Plus, they give you 4% interest on any cash that is deposited there.
Wow.
So that is a way, way higher, interest rate than even most high yield savings right now.
But they'll also stop you from trading GameStop.
Yeah.
When it's at its peak.
But I think degenerate trading is not what we're here to do. So.
And then the first $1,000 of margin interest is free too. So if you're into that, that's lower than anywhere else. I think Fidelity's is over 10%.
Yeah. So they actually, it's actually a very good deal.
Yeah. And then also on top of automating it, front loading it if possible, just because of compounding interest, the dollars that you put in today make a huge difference in 40 years, whereas 20 years from now, it's so much smaller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just maxing out stuff as early as possible is pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Ted, you want to take the next one?
Nick, you want to take this one?
Yeah. So just knowing how much is going out each month and not just having your checking account as a carousel, because this kind of gives you the opportunity to stash money away. If you know exactly how much is about to go out, you can transfer money from a checking account to a brokerage or a savings account. But if you have no idea, your checking account might get up to $6,000-$7,000, which I don't like doing just because you don't get any interest on that typically. I try to have the floor around 1,000. So just knowing how much is going out, and even better would be to have a budget and budget your spending for the month.
Yeah. I usually, I know that, I get my paycheck in 2 chunks, usually every 2 weeks. And so the first of the month that goes to, whatchamacallit,
Like
rent and stuff. And then like that's, since I don't have, significant debts to service, that's about it. And honestly, something I've started doing that I like is I just take out a couple $100 in cash, because like right now, like I haven't opened any new credit cards that I need to hit the limit to get the huge bonus on and stuff. And like the return on like me, maybe the one day I don't pack lunch and like I go buy a sandwich or something, like just having the cash rather than, like having a credit card, like it enables you to like really like control your spending more. And it like, you don't just kind of go out and like, oh, I'm just going to go buy a water and a protein shake and a snack at the gas station on my way to work because like I'm feeling lazy today.
Yeah.
So that also helps with, like budgeting and stuff like that. Because, the point return that you're going to get on that is not really worth it.
And then the sneaky one is to never spend money on a first date. A wise man once told me that. He might be sitting in this room.
Yes, it's true. Don't spend money on a first date.
Yes, especially if you don't know the person very well. It can add up very fast, which I don't think there's anything wrong with like a beach date or like a walking date.
Yeah, that's what Alex and I did. We walked on the beach in January, and we wound up walking for like, I think it was like 3 hours. What about you? Your last first date, did you spend money on it?
Most likely. Yes. I mean, like I usually try to keep it short, and I'll do like a drink or something like that.
What was it?
So my last first date, I mean, I guess technically Erin was like lunch, but I had already been like, I don't know, chatting with her for a while. Yeah. But I don't know, like I would always just usually do a drink just because it's easy if you want to like wrap it up quick.
Yeah.
And it's cheap too.
Yeah. I think when you're saying never spend money on a first date, it's like going out to dinner.
Yeah.
Or like a big expense, where it's.
Oh no, my policy was like never
zero.
Spend money.
Was that on your dating profile as well?
Nick put that one in, and then he when we were doing the outlines, he showed it to me. He's like, "What do you think of this?" Sneaky one.
And then the bonus one.
The bonus is just to make more money.
So Nick put a sneaky and a bonus. In here, the outline.
But you can spend all the time in the world like nailing down your budget, optimizing like your interest rate. But at the end of the day, the best way to stock money away is to make more of it. Because sometimes I find myself wasting time trying to increase like my high yield by 1%. But at the end of the year, it's an extra $60 I get.
Yeah.
So that time could be better spent doing something else.
100%. And then for weights, Ted?
Yeah. I guess I can hit deadlift. You can hit squat. But the first two are deadlift and squat. These are really just the best exercises you can do to stimulate the most muscles in your body.
Yeah.
So deadlift, some people argue it's not a back exercise. I would argue those people are wrong because the amount of tension on your back, in your lats, in your traps, in your rhomboids. I would say even in the front, like your chest and your shoulders and your entire arms, your forearms with the grip, with a heavy weight, your biceps and triceps. Like there's a reason people have torn their biceps deadlifting. There's a lot of tension on them. So the deadlift will really hit every single muscle in your body. Phenomenal for building strength and putting on muscle mass all over your body. So really, to me, deadlift is the best exercise you can do to get the biggest bang for your buck in the gym.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a lot of time in the gym, you want to get results, but you only have 30 minutes a few times a week.
Go knock out a
make sure
3x5 of deadlift. Yeah. And then same thing with squat. It's I think it's the number one like testosterone and like growth hormone encouraging exercise that there is. And I just saw a recent study that came out showing that people who squatted regularly had more overall growth. So like if you're training arms and chest on the same day as squat, versus like the guys who would do isolated leg days and stuff. Like those guys actually grew more.
Yeah,
because you gain benefit from like that whole body approach and those hormones being triggered on the same days that you're stressing those other muscle groups as well.
Yeah, when you do a squat or a deadlift, it sends a global signal to your body to get stronger and put on muscle. And then with what you were talking about, with it spiking testosterone, there have been studies that have come out that show that axial loading, which means loading like your spine, which you do with a squat, axial loading will increase testosterone post-workout more than non-axial loading lifting. So the study's interesting. Maybe it's not that much of a difference. However, if you are trying to increase your testosterone, we do recommend including squats and deadlifts.
Yes. And then for, you want to take the sneaky one?
Yeah, I put a sneaky one in here. You know, Nick's going to have a sneaky one. I'm going to have a sneaky one. So I put sled work in here. The reason why, most people, if you ask most people, give me your top 3 exercises to do in the gym, they're not going to include sleds in there. They're going to include like a bench or an overhead press or a row or something like that. But sled work is a really good bang for your buck because you can add it at the end of any workout, and it's going to add, while it's adding a lot of stimulus, it's not necessarily adding a ton of volume in the way that you would normally think of volume, because it's only going to hit the concentric portion of the rep, not the eccentric or the lengthening portion of the rep, and thus not causing as much muscle damage that you have to recover from. The other reason I put this in here is a lot of people have some sort of lower body injury or pain or ache or tightness, and they maybe can't squat and deadlift heavy without doing a lot of rehab first or having a really long warm up. But if you do sled work, now we can do this exercise where pretty much anyone can do it. Even people with a lot of lower body restrictions can still push a sled. Joe DeFranco, one of the Mount Rushmore guys for strength and conditioning, I would say, like he had a tumor down in his either like tailbone or low back area, and he would just mainly do the sled, and he did the sled with all of his athletes. So a lot of sled work it'll make you a lot stronger, and it will improve your other lower body lifts. So sled work is not just for people that maybe have a lot of trouble squatting and deadlifting. Everyone can incorporate it and get good results from it. And you can make some, you can add some conditioning to your program by adding sled work in.
Yeah.
So,
and then bonus, I'll add this, is gamifying your fitness in some type of way. Like whether it's, doing Squattober that Sorinex puts on every year, or, some type of, amateur competition, or even just like there was I think the Oregon Ducks like strength coach put this out a couple of years ago, but it was like arm bember, where you go in and do 100 reps of bis and tris every single day for a month. Just some type of challenge, that you can like hold yourself accountable to and make it a little more fun, rather than just like, oh, I'm going to the gym. If you're one of those people that needs a little more motivation in that way, find a challenge or, competition aspect to it that you can incorporate, and that'll get you into the gym more regularly.
All right. We will see you next week.
Thanks for joining us today at Weights and Wealth. And don't forget to apply today's lessons to live healthy and wealthy.
If this conversation will contribute to your fitness and financial gains, please share it with a friend or family member and give a 5-star review so more people can lift bigger weights and get bigger bank accounts.